I think it's been around close to 6 years. We started following Guruji. Um, and I think just because being from a science background and हम सबको बहुत doubts होते हैं कि these things are not real, किसी के साथ हो गया coincidence है, you don't follow it completely. I heard about Guruji when I was at my personal lowest. And my mom started following Guruji a little before that. But उससे बहुत पहले तक we never spoke about it at home that Guruji क्या हैं. Or my mom never knew कि ashram है यहाँ पे. And I think one day very randomly I said to her, Mom, I'm seeing a lot of this Guruji stuff online and I don't know what this is. And she said, हाँ मैं भी आजकल थोड़े टाइम से भजन सुनती हूँ टीवी पे and ये सब and all of that. And I said, okay. We were planning to go to India shortly after. So then I said, I'll try and see agar humko yahan koi ashram milta hai. If not, we'll go to India because I really want to go to Bade Mandir. And I searched and luckily I found the ashram and we came through here. That was our very first visit about 6 years ago. And the very first day, I remember my mom was sitting right where she's sitting today. And pehla hamara satsang tha yahan pe where she's just crying and she's crying. And I remember Aunty came to her and said, aapko apna satsang ko share karna hai. And she came through and I was like, okay, so maybe there is some truth to it and we'll see what happens. I think that day onwards, we got out and I was like, Mom, did you smell the roses? And she said, I did. My dad didn't. And we were like, okay, we'll see if this keeps on happening. And shortly after this, I don't think there's been a day जब आप कुछ extraordinary नहीं experience करते हो without asking things happen, without, वो जो बोलते हैं कि आप सिर्फ मानो, दिल से मानो, मांगो नहीं, आपको वो हर चीज़ गुरुजी देते हैं जो उस time life में आपके लिए बहुत needed है. It was very surprising for me and I think सारे लोगों के लिए that I found my husband during COVID जब lockdown था, जब आप बाहर भी नहीं जा सकते थे. So that was a good experience. एक और था, we never expected to have a baby so fast or, it was just something so far off. I have a 15-month-old daughter who usually comes with me every time. We are from Maryland. And हम लोग हमेशा बाहर बैठते हैं उसके पास से. आज वो आई नहीं है तो इसलिए आज मैं अंदर बैठी हुई थी. But I remember Puri throughout my delivery was a very easy pregnancy, except my very last visit to the doctor where it was just supposed to be a very last visit before the baby was due. And the doctor was like, I don't want you to go home. I want you to go to the hospital now because we can't hear the baby's heartbeat. And those were difficult times, I think for me, my parents are everything. And I wanted my mom and dad to be there for me during delivery, but COVID restrictions were such कि आप सिर्फ अपने husband को ले जा सकते थे. And that was a very big blessing for me too because he was a non-believer. But then when we met and when I told him about everything, he said, मैं मानता नहीं हूँ, so I'm a non-sangat, but जितनी बार जाना है Maryland से, मैं लेके जाऊँगा. So in the past 3 years, I think आज पहली बार है when I've come without him. He brings me every time. He sits through the whole thing. He listens through everything. And we were so scared that the doctors couldn't hear the heartbeat. I couldn't feel any contractions, nothing. And all I kept saying, and we told my parents that humko jaldi jana hai hospital and we'll see how it goes. So they were all very scared. My mom was like, Guruji saath ja rahe hain, sab theek hoga, no tension. And they put us in a room and my blood pressure is now shooting up because I don't know what's happening. The doctors can't control it. And the only thing I saw in that room that kept me calm was वो room number 7 लिखा था बहुत बड़ा wall पे और वहाँ पे सिर्फ butterflies थी. सिर्फ एक वही room था जहाँ butterflies थी. And my husband's trying to keep me calm. Sab theek hoga, we were trying to do a natural and he's like, the doctor has said it has to be a C-section. So we'll do it and you will be fine, you'll be fine. And all I kept on saying was, Guruji hai yahan pe because there's butterflies. It's room 7. That's all I need. They took me in to get me prepped up for the surgery. And he wasn't allowed to come in for the first few minutes. And all I kept on hearing from the doctors and the nurses during anesthesia was her blood pressure is shooting up. I don't know what's going to happen during. I don't know what's going to happen during. And all I kept on thinking was, I don't think I will make it through. And I remember the entire time, all I kept on saying was, I wanted my mom here, and I wanted to just keep on saying, Jai Guruji, Jai Guruji. That's all I kept on saying in my head. The minute my baby came out, I passed out, and I saw her, and I passed out, and I was like, I told my husband, you take care of her, and now I can just sleep, and I can be fine. So I don't think there goes a day जब सत्संग नहीं होता है आपके साथ, बहुत smallest to smallest thing, you know, आप बहुत छोटी सी छोटी चीज़ भी सोचते हो वो होती है. My baby knows, पूरे घर में उसको पता है कि गुरुजी की पिक्चर्स कहाँ कहाँ हैं, स्वरूप कहाँ हैं, और सुबह हम सिर्फ भजन सुनते हैं. तो वो she just does Jai Guruji. One big thing was उसके first birthday के लिए I wanted to take her to India, and I wanted to take her to Bade Mandir, and all of a sudden, you know, visa requirements had gayi. We were able to take her. We were actually able to take her to Bade Mandir, and she did apne darshan bahut aaram se. So one basic thing जो हमें सब यहाँ पे पता लगता है is कि सब अपना जो doubt है, जैसे आरती आंटी ने कहा, वो सब खत्म करके आना चाहिए. सिर्फ मानो, दिल से मानो. बहुत सारे सत्संग हैं. आज हम actually हम Maryland से, like I said, so we usually leave around 8 or 9 to be here on time, but we left a little earlier today because we wanted to go to Akshardham, and my mom said कि नहीं, गुरुजी बोलते हैं कि सत्संग के बाद सीधा घर जाओ, so we leave earlier so we can go to Akshardham first and then we'll come here. And I said, okay. We didn't know Akshardham didn't have visitations today. The minute we entered, my mom told my Masi, who's also here and a very big survivor, thanks to Guruji. My mom said, आज यहाँ बहुत सारे peacocks मिलेंगे, तो उनके लिए रोड पे नजर रखना, which we didn't see. But the minute we entered here, I saw peacock की painting, and I told mom कि देखो आपने peacocks मांगे, आज peacocks हैं यहाँ पे. Then we entered अंदर आगे से, and then you know पूरा एक और statue है. So it's just आप क्या मानते हो, दिल से मानो तो वो सब मिलता है. जय गुरु जी.